You guys, today is a very special day. Well, tomorrow's a special day, but today's a special day because it's Relationship Friday, obviously. But tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of Relationshit. Woo! Claps all around. The audience is clapping. The live audience, aka Christiana and Danny, are clapping. I cannot fucking believe that it has been a year. That is insane to me. I'm not gonna say that we're a well-oiled machine, but we are a machine and we're doing fucking great. I cannot believe that it's been a year. It is really, really wild. And I was like driving over here to the Dear Media studio, just thinking about how much has happened in a year. And you guys have been listening and following along and sharing with your friends, and I cannot thank you enough. You know how much I love you guys for that. The fucking 5-star reviews, by the way, only the 5-star reviews. I don't acknowledge the other ones because irrelevant. All of the amazing reviews that you guys have left, and just like being here every Friday or whenever you listen to the podcast, like looking forward to the episodes, it means so much to us. It means so much to me. And I just think about like the things that you guys have written in and said, and I see some of you writing in more than once, and like the growth that you've gone through. And I'm just so happy and honored to be a part of that growth, but also happy and honored to have you guys as a part of mine. Like, you guys have seen me through not only starting this podcast, which, as you've heard me talk about plenty of times, I almost didn't because I was scared and I had imposter syndrome and everything under the sun. And now we're over 1 million downloads in, and imposter syndrome for what? We're working through these things. Me going through therapy and my relationship with that, my relationship ending, my breakup that was like, I thought I was going to fucking die. I thought I was never going to be able to go on. And you guys were with me through that. You've been with me through, my career changes and things that have been happening and more things that have been happening, which I still haven't been able to share with you. But you guys have been here and you don't even know some of the backstories yet. So, and I can't wait to share them with you. But you've seen my growth on Catfish. You've seen my growth through this podcast, social media, everything you guys have been here for. And for those of you who have been here and rocking with me before the podcast, I thank you. Seriously, shout out to you guys. I would not be able to even have this platform or do what I'm doing without you and your love and your support. So I just want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for sharing your tea and your secrets with me, because besties, I do not take that for granted and I do not take it lightly. And I appreciate the fact that you guys even care about my advice. I really, really feel I see you guys tweeting and stuff, from week to week when the podcast airs, and you're like, I really feel like we're besties in real life. Me too. The feeling is mutual. And I just thank you guys, truly. We have more growth that's going to be happening with the show. More merch that's going to be coming out very, very soon. I know the girls are very upset because they wanted the emotional support hoodie. We do not have plans on restocking that right now, but we have a really special collection coming out that I think that you guys are going to fucking love. And I just can't wait. I'm hoping to do some live shows soon when I finally get a moment to sit the fuck down and plan one, because there's been a lot going on. Okay. I was literally up all night last night unpacking my new place, and you've been with me through my first home buying process. There's just so much. We have grown so much in a year. And I know if I've grown so much in a year, I know you guys have too. And the fact that you're still tuning in, it just means a lot. I'm going to get out of my fucking feelings and out of my mushy gushy, because, I'm still a water sign at the end of the day. Even though I'm a thug, I'm still a water sign and I still get, emosh. But 1 year of Relationshit, so much has fucking happened. I'm so proud of this show. I'm so thankful for Dear Media. I'm so thankful for Danny. I'm so just thankful for everyone that makes this shit show happen, because I can't do it by myself. Although I like to think I can do a lot of things by myself, I cannot do this alone. So thank you to all of you, to everyone, to all the fans. Thank you to the Academy. And hopefully we'll win some fucking awards in year 2 of Relationshit. I'm ready for some motherfucking trophies, okay? Because we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot with what we got. Okay, so obviously I wanted to start off with that, but I also wanted to see what some of your favorite moments have been over the past year of Relationshit. And, you know, we asked you on social media. And by the way, if you're not following us on our @Relationshit Instagram, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, because that's where we post all of our prompts for the episodes from week to week, of, you know, us getting you to write in your stories and spill your guts to us. But we asked you guys what have been your favorite moments from the podcast and what do you want to see more of this year? And you guys had opinions. Okay, let's start with, someone says that they love hearing my advice on other people's issues and problems. It's the best. Thank you guys. I feel like I do give good advice. I will say that. I do feel like I give sound advice until I tell you to pull up on him and key his car. And if I ever go there, just know it's coming from a place of love for you. Fuck him. Some of your favorite moments are my laugh. Lord have mercy. Thank you, because sometimes I hear myself laugh and I'm like, are you a circus clown or what? The answer is yes. Someone loved the episode with Mariana and the episodes about self-love and personal growth. When I am answering your dating questions and dishing on life. Someone said they love that Relationshit introduced them to the amazing Achang Agutu. Achang, that's my girl. I was FaceTiming with her this weekend because she was hanging out with my sister. Here's the thing about the New York girls, okay? They act like when you leave, you can't be a part of shit anymore. Like, you get kicked out of the club. Like, all they do is, like, trash me for being far away in LA. And they're just in New York living their best life, going to parties and having a great time. Listen, I'm still a part of your world, okay? You don't just get to kick me out. I did 8 years, all right? I did a whole fucking bid. I deserve to be included too. But I was talking to Chang and I was just telling her how much I fucking love her, obviously. Every time we talk is just like a love fest. But her coming on the podcast, I mean, she's grown so much in a year since we recorded that episode. But I just knew when I saw her, I knew she's a fucking star. And she is. And she's done such incredible things. But I was telling her, like, we have to get you back on, bitch. Because the people need you. We need you. We love you at Chang. Let's see. Someone said, it's not enough words on here to say. Instagram sorted out. Yeah, I know. We need more words to be able to describe how much we love Relationshit. Somebody said they want more astrology episodes with Tamari. Listen, Tamari right now is on an African tour. Okay, she was in like Tanzania, Kenya. She's been all over the goddamn place. I need her to come back so we can get some, fall predictions about the signs, because I need to know what the fuck I'm supposed to be expecting. It's September. All right, the year is basically over. I need to know what is going on. Mercury retrograde is upon us, if not here already. The bitch has been looming around, sneaking, through the doorways. I've seen her. Not to marry Mercury retrograde. And I need to know what to expect. So Tamari, please come home, because we need your help. We need you. Someone said that they loved the ultimatum episode and both toxic relationship episodes. Those, honestly, I love. First of all, we had an ultimatum episode with Nick Vile, and then we had April from the ultimatum on the podcast, and they're both fucking incredible. I also love Lisa. She is so incredible, and the fact that she came on and did our toxic romantic relationship episode and our toxic family relationship episode, literally can't thank her enough. She's incredible, amazing. And if you're not following her on TikTok at So My Mom's a Therapist, you're missing out, because she gives the best advice. I was watching her TikToks this weekend. Some of you are in here asking for advice, when right now I'm just asking you to gas me up and tell me how much you love me. But we are going to get to the advice. But I wanted to share some of your favorite moments. A lot of you are saying astrology. More astrology. Okay, if you like the astrology episodes, I will drop a hint about the merch. You're going to fucking love it. If you like the astrology episodes and you like all that witchy shit, you are going to love the merch, because this is for those girls. All right. Let's see. Oh, somebody just pitched themselves as a virtual guest. And you know what? I appreciate that. So we'll take a look. We'll circle back. Someone said they loved having Neve on and listening to our bond. Listen, having my brother Neve on the podcast was both a trial and a tribulation and a treat. Listen, it's like having your family at your job. Like, you're like, please don't embarrass me. Please don't say anything. Please don't say anything negative or crazy or anything. Neve is the best. He's also the fucking worst because he's like my big brother and I can't stand him, but I love him to death. He's the best. I'm so glad he came on. Someone said that they would love to see more advice based on engaged and married couples. That's something that we're definitely working on. We're working on an episode about divorce, and we're also working on some episodes, I think, regarding marriage, because I agree we need to get our engaged girlies and gays some more attention, because I want to know too. You know, I've never been there. Okay, I haven't made it past that threshold. As Neve reminds me on a regular basis that I don't have a ring. And that's fine, because when it comes, it's going to be bling out the sky and it's going to be to the love of my life. But I need some advice too. So we're definitely going to do that. I think you guys want some more episodes on mismatched sex drive. Okay, we have a really amazing episode about sex and intimacy coming very, very soon, so make sure you look out for it. And I think we talk about this, so you're gonna enjoy that. Someone said they love hearing about my dating life and experiences. Y'all. Okay, so since it's a year, I can, I guess, divulge more of myself. Christiana, don't egg me on. I have been dating. I'm sweating. I have been dating, and it is going amazingly well. And I'm really just proud of myself. Like, I'm really, really proud of myself for even going on the dating app in the first place, which Danny kind of bullied me into. She was, I don't know if I talked about this before, but she was like, you're young, you only have one life to live. And she doesn't talk like this, but she does when she's really passionate. She's like, you only have one life to live. How long are you going to be just sitting around? You don't even go out. So how are you going to meet somebody? You have to go. You have to put yourself out there. And so I got on Raya. I also had two friends, Deepika and Iman, who's also my manager. Shout out to y'all, who were like, get on, like, try it out, blah, blah. I was terrified, okay? I was terrified. I didn't know what the fuck was on there. You know what show I work on? Like, I was fucking petrified. I assumed that the first time I go on a dating app, I'm going to meet my murderer. And, you know, because it happens. And I also listen to a lot of true crime. Shout out to Ashley Flowers. I listen to a lot of true crime, and it scares the shit out of me. So I thought that, you know, I could die if I go on a date with a stranger from the internet. Fast forward, I went on a date with a stranger from the internet my first day on that dating app, and we are still dating. And it's going great. That's all I'm going to share. Next. Listen, guys, here's the fucking tea, okay? I have decided, you know, they have like soft launch of like significant others and they have hard launch. The soft and hard launch is going to be my wedding day. You will meet my man in those photos. You'll meet him in the photos, because the whole like posting your man on Instagram, all that shit, I'm over it. I did that, you know, and now every time I fucking Google myself, that's all I see is pictures of me and someone that I'm not with anymore. Like, I'm over it, okay? The next man that I post is going to be my husband, all right? Period. I can't keep doing this anymore. It's exhausting. You gotta archive shit. You gotta fucking delete shit. You gotta fucking unfollow. I don't have the fucking time. When I walk down the aisle, you will see who my man is. And you'll be like, okay, sis, we see you. But until then, no. But then I have this relationship advice podcast. You see how my brain works? The Libra moon kicks in. I'm like, you have this relationship advice podcast. You're supposed to talk about your relationship. But I feel like I can talk about it in a way that is, you know, mysterious, like the Scorpio inside of me. But yeah, I'm happy. Ew. Okay, moving on. Somebody loved the episode with Nina Parker and I. Shout out to Nina. She's fucking amazing. And now she has this new show. I have to find the name of the show right now, right this second. I don't want to say it wrong, and I have to buy my house. That's it. You watched it? Oh my God, the whole thing? Oh, Danny is a fan. Okay, so you have to watch Anita's show, By My House, on Netflix. She is amazing just in general. So if you want to support her, which I know you do, make sure you watch that and check out her clothing line because the bitch is popping. Somebody said you need to run it back with Nella Rose. Love Nella Rose and Shan Boodram. Obsessed with Shan. Like, truly such a fucking gift. I've learned so much from Shan. I don't think she even understands. Like, I have really changed my life around because of Shan. She just is such like a worldly being, and I just love the way that she speaks on things and how non-judgmental she is. She just, and you know, I'm a Virgo rising, so I'm never going to be non-judgmental. I will say I'm not judging you, but secretly you never know. But she has made me want to be just more, you know, like open to shit. I fucking love her. Love you, Shan, and love you, Nella. Somebody says they're looking forward to more merch. Merch is coming. Oh, somebody said, oh, their favorite moment was when I caught them off guard by reading their question. I swear I happy cried. That makes me so happy. Because even though you guys don't know if we're picking your questions, because I honestly, like, we never know how many we're going to get to when we're recording an episode, even though we may not reply and say, like, thank you so much for your entry or whatever. I love surprising you guys with that because I feel special that you wrote into me, but I know it makes you guys feel special too because you're the ones listening. Somebody said that their favorites was the astrology, human design, and inner child / shadow work episodes. Did we do an episode on shadow work? If we haven't, then we need to. But we're going to do some episodes about like intuition. You know, I love all that shit. So we're going to be getting into the nitty gritty. There's so much more to cover on the podcast. There's so many different topics and things that we can talk about, and so many amazing guests that we're still, you know, in the process of booking or have talked to that are down to come on. And also, shout out to y'all, shout out to my team, but also shout out to our guests because they have been absolutely incredible. Like everyone that has come on, I'm so grateful and thankful. I'm just so grateful and thankful, truly. I think one of our top performing episodes till this day was our episode with Kayla Nicole about interracial dating. You guys ate that shit the fuck up. And I think mainly because Kayla is so fucking bomb. Like, talk about a bad bitch. She really, really is. We're trying to have her back on soon. We've been trying to like coordinate, but both of our schedules have been insane. But she came on and graced us with her fucking gorgeous presence. And I just couldn't be more grateful. She's fucking awesome. Well, now that I have gushed and charged myself with all of the adoration from you all, now that I'm feeling even more charged because I didn't have my matcha today, y'all. I talked about this in my last solo. I've been running on Red Bull for weeks. Actually, I think a month. Matcha doesn't even scratch the surface anymore. So I'm trying to cut out the Red Bull, stick to more green teas, stick to more matchas, regulate my fucking body because who even knows what these energy drinks are doing to my system? I don't want to know. Don't you fucking dare message me and tell me because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself. Keep it on the playground. Not my business. All right. Now that we've done that, I want to get into some of your questions as usual, you know, relationship advice. That's why we're here. This is Relationshit, a year in, and you guys are still asking me for my unsolicited opinion. Well, it's solicited if you asked. So just saying. All right, here we go. Ugh, besties, I'm having such a hard time. I've been dating my boyfriend for about 9 months now, and I just don't think I can do it anymore. He's the sweetest human, but sweet won't take care of all of my other needs. He doesn't drive, just never had the want, and always had other people driving him around, and now he uses Uber, and it just feels like we can't take care of me. Oh, sorry. It just feels like he can't take care of me. We were on vacation one time and my cramps were so bad I was dying and crying, and he couldn't even drive us the 30-minute drive home because he doesn't have his license. He can't cook, he doesn't take the initiative to clean, and he pretty much sucks in bed. Child, I'm trying to figure out why are we still with this man? This is all stemming from being naive. He had one girlfriend before me, and she did a terrible job at showing him how to be a man, but from the stories that I've been told, she was very emotionally immature too. I'm very open with everything with him, and he's so calm and collected and takes all of my criticism and is working to get his license, but says that he wants to be the man I want, but I just don't think he's ever going to get there, and I don't want to force him to change. Some men are men and some are not. I don't know how to describe it. My boyfriend is a baby angel, golden retriever. We have a Hawaii trip planned, and I need to tell him that I want to cancel it. I don't see a future with the guy who's in front of me, and I don't want to be dumb waiting for him to change. His willingness to change and openness and his sweetness towards me has kept me here this long, but I'm starting to realize I need more. I'm very independent, pay for all my own bills, and live in California, so I don't need someone. I want someone. But I also want someone who can take care of me in more ways than being just a good listener. I know it's gross out here in the dating world. Am I being greedy? Help me. I'm also a Leo sun, Gemini moon, Leo rising, and I'm already a hot mess. Thanks, bestie. Listen, boo, you're not a hot mess. You have it right together because you answered your own question several times. I mean, listen, he can be as nice as he wants to be, okay? But there is something about the ick that you get. I'm talking when you're dating a man. There's something about the ick that you get when your man is not manning, okay? When your man is not mannish, when he's not able to step up to the plate. I'm not saying, toxic masculinity. Don't ever cry in front of me. Suck it up. But simple things. And I'm sure he does a lot of other amazing things for you. But for one, I want to acknowledge that whoever his one girlfriend was, it was not her job to teach him how to be a man. It's also not your job to teach him how to be a man. That was his mother's job, or whoever raised him. That was their job to teach him how to be a man. It's not anybody else's responsibility who dates him as at his big age, whatever that may be, to teach him how to be a man. So we can't blame them. It's not their fault. But also there's personal accountability that has to take place so that he is responsible for himself and his future and what he wants. Getting a driver's license it's not that deep. It's not that difficult to do. I understand that he, is taking everything that you're saying into account, and that's really nice. And people can grow, but sometimes they can't grow with you in that relationship. Sometimes the kick that they need to actually start up that growth requires some distance. Maybe he needs to have some time to himself, and maybe you do too, to recognize, which you have, that this is not it for you. This is not it for you. As far as the trip to Hawaii, I always feel like anytime I've wanted to end a relationship, there's always been some kind of trip or big event planned in the near future that can't be canceled. And because of that, I'm now stuck. Not stuck, but I'm still going along with regularly scheduled programming, even though it's time to go. So I think, I don't know. Because I also just I don't see the point in playing pretend if you're going to be in Hawaii the whole time thinking why the fuck am I here with you, and he's going to feel that energy. It's also not fair to him. If you can get your money back, I say cancel it. If you can't, go to Hawaii. Enjoy it. Maybe break up in Hawaii. I don't know. And see, who knows? He might take it well, and he might be let's still fucking go to Hawaii. People do that all the time. So just it's gotta end. Also, the whole aspect of him being a baby angel golden retriever. I know that this has been a topic that I've seen a lot on TikTok recently about golden retriever boyfriends, husbands, partners, whatever. I don't want a motherfucking golden retriever. I don't want my man to be a golden retriever. I don't. I need you to give me a little bit of spice. I need you to also like put me in my place sometimes. I don't want you just running at my every fucking beck and call. Like, I need you to have a life. I don't need everything to be about me, even though it should be, of course, in like theoretically, but like in reality, I need a man. And I don't feel like these golden retriever partners that people are like searching for are that. Like, I just don't feel like it's giving that. I feel like it's giving exactly what you think it's giving. Like, and if you don't know what this means, golden, like, you know, if you know anything about dogs, you know golden retrievers are like the most hyperactive, ready to please family dogs, like the ideal dogs for a family. Like, anything that you need, they're always there for you. Like, you throw the ball and they go and they catch it and they bring it right back. And they're so excited and their tails are wagging. And like, that as a partner is representative of someone who is constantly trying to please you, constantly trying to do what you need them to do, always like dropping everything to be there for every single thing that you need. And like, does it sound nice? Yes. But when you actually look at it, it just gives like people pleaser. It gives people pleaser. It gives like, doesn't have their own life, centers their entire life around you. Like, I don't want to be a golden retriever bitch for anybody. I don't want to be like, oh my God, oh, do you need, because like, to me, that's like a mom. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. But then in the other side, in the binary sense of it all, on the other flip side, like, a guy who acts like that isn't necessarily like trying to be your dad. It's more like they're just like your slave. Like, you're just like your little bitch. And I don't want that. I don't want that. So like, I don't know. I just had to touch on that because I've seen it a lot lately. And I know for some people, like, that may be what you need. You may need like that, like, Instagram husband that's constantly taking all of your pictures and drops their job to, you know, be there for you for every single thing that you need. And like, sometimes that works. And there's a lot of people who like work together on things like that. And like, they're very successful in that regard. But I personally just want a man who has his own life outside of me. I know. Crazy idea. But I need you to have like your own shit because I have my own shit. And it sounds like you do too. You pay all your own bills. You do everything yourself. So like, I need you to also have something going on as my partner, as my man. Like, I need you to do something. Like, I don't need every single weekend you're looking at me like, hey, baby, what do you want to do? You know, Aiden from Sex and the City, that episode where him and Carrie start living together and like every time she comes home, he's like, hey, what'd you do? Where'd you go? Who's he? And she like goes crazy. He was definitely like a golden retriever boyfriend in the beginning, but she didn't end up with him. I think she should have, for how he like, when he, you know, came into his own, he cut his hair, he was looking fine. She saw him in fucking Dubai, like he was looking cute. But he was like too like beck and call. Like, he was sweet, but like too beck and call. I don't want a beck and call man. Okay. I need a man with balls. Okay. So, but that's just me. But if you like that, you know, I love it. But I'm just saying, it sounds like you want somebody who's got a little bit of chutzpah, a little something going on, a little more. So you need to break up with this guy because you're not into it. And you said he sucks in bed. Come on now. What's to like? You have a servant. That's not a boyfriend. It's time to go. Sorry. Okay, next one. Kamie, I could use your advice. I found out that my husband of 2 years, dated for 11, has been talking to another woman and we're getting a divorce. He said the reason he talked to her is because I've gained weight and I can't take care of his sexual needs. How do I recover from this so it doesn't impact a future relationship? First of all, tell him to go fuck himself. Okay? Tell him to go fuck himself. I feel like that is my advice for everything on this podcast. Over the past year, tell him to go fuck himself and go suck his mother, as the Jamaicans in the Jamaican ancestry inside of me would say. Excuse me, because you've gained weight and can't take. It's been 11 years, buddy. Yeah, weight fluctuates. I'm sure he doesn't look like his fucking prime self from 11 years ago. Fuck him. He's rude and disgusting. Can't take care of his sexual needs. Whatever. Tell him to go fucking. I don't like that. You know how I get. I don't like that. Listen, I'm just glad that you are not asking a question as far as like how to get him back or how to change yourself to make him love you. Fuck him. Okay. I'm glad that you are trying to do what you have to do for yourself to heal yourself emotionally so that you can be in another relationship in the future with somebody who truly honors and cares about you and loves you for who you are and isn't a fucking dickhead. Sorry to call your future ex-husband a dickhead, but he's a dickhead. And if nobody in your life is going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. Dick. I think therapy is obviously the most important. I talk about it on the podcast all the time. And, we still have BetterHelp doing our ads on the podcast and sponsoring us, which is incredible. If you have not checked them out, if you've never tried therapy and you're looking to try it for the first time, I would definitely check them out and tap in as a resource. But you can also find, therapists through your insurance, or what have you. But I think that is going to be crucial for you because not only did you go through this divorce with somebody who is not kind, but this was 11 years of your life. And like, that's a long ass fucking time. And it's going to require some serious healing before you can move on from this. Like, you're never going to move on from it. It's never going to be over in your mind. Like, you're never going to wake up one day and be like, that never hurt me, because that's not going to happen. You're going to feel this for a long time. I know because I was in a relationship for way less than that, and I'm still feeling the effects of some of those things that I went through and feeling like, is the next person going to be different? Like, what's different about them? Everybody fucking lies. Everybody fucking changes at the last minute. Like, and even just things, I'm now tapping into like childhood things for the first time. That same thing where it's like, you have to heal these parts of yourself and like work towards it. It's a constant process. Healing is a constant process, but it is nice to have somebody who is outside of your situation, not a part of your family, not one of your friends who has their own opinions, aka me being like, fuck him, he's fucking trash, let's fucking egg his house, fuck that bitch she's with, let's fucking do some things that we can't talk about on the air. It's different having somebody who is level-headed and unbiased and can give you, honest feedback. They don't necessarily give you advice all the time as therapists because it's not really their job. They're just there to guide you through the process and make you start thinking about things in a different way, in a more evolved way, and to become the best version of yourself. So I highly recommend it. Definitely tap in there. And I think that will do wonders for you. I think it really will. Okay, here's the next one. My boyfriend of 3 years and I just broke up because we've had arguments over the same problems again and again. He thinks it's less pressure if we stay friends, but his idea of staying friends is everything we did as a couple minus the label. I feel relieved to not be in a serious relationship, but is it a bad idea to continue our friendship as is despite the fact that we broke up? Our issues are about both of our individual development and trauma, so being friends doesn't make sense. I just don't want to ruin the relationship entirely if things go south. Listen, I think that's, I don't know. There's people that I've met who are like, I'm friends with all my exes. Not me. I don't need to be friends with you. I don't need to be friends with you. Like, unless we were already best friends, 9 times out of 10, you weren't already like best friends with this person, going out all the time, just platonically, saw them in other relationships, you were in other relationships. Like, sometimes I think that those can work as friendships beyond a romantic relationship when that ends. But for the most part, the relationships that you start off romantically. And like, you can develop a friendship through that and that person becomes your best friend. But outside of that romance, you're not my fucking best friend. I don't need to talk to you. Goodbye. Like, I just feel like I don't really feel like there's much good that comes from it, especially when one of the people in it still has feelings. I think it gets really complicated and the waters become really muddied really quickly, and somebody is going to get their feelings hurt. And it sounds like it's going to be him, because it sounds like he still wants to have access to you, what's the difference if you are boyfriend and girlfriend, and if you're no longer boyfriend and girlfriend, but you're still going to the movies every Friday night, still, you know, going to each other's family barbecues, still sleeping together and sucking each other's toes. Like, there's no difference. You might as well still be boyfriend and girlfriend. It just sounds like you're drawing something out that on your side is inevitable, that it's over. So I think maybe you just let him know that for your own personal growth and to be able to, you know, move past the 3 years that you guys have been through, or at least like move through it, you need to take time to yourself. And honestly, like the first couple days, I'm not gonna lie, or first week, maybe first 2 weeks will be really, really hard to not talk to him. But then time goes on and you're like, actually, this is really fucking nice. I'm actually happy to not have to tap into you every day. Like I'm happy. And then you'll realize that like there was really no friendship there outside of the romance, and you can move on. So I just say cut it. Cut it, but you can do it in a kind way of like a personal growth thing, because it's true. Like you need the time to yourself to be able to grow. That makes sense. How old is too young? Interesting. Okay. Hey, Kamie, please help. My name is Naya, and my question is, how old is too young? I'm 26, about to be 27 on November 27th of this year, and I approached this guy one day that I found super attractive. I got his number, and we linked up the same day to talk. Conversation went well, and he told me he was 22. He turned 22 on May 9th of this year. I've never dated someone younger than me. The thing is, he doesn't come off like he's 22. He doesn't look 22, he's mature, and we have intellectual conversations, but I can't get over the fact that he's younger than me. We went on a couple dates that I really enjoyed. I would date him if he was my age because of the way he carries himself. My friends told me not to worry about the age, that age doesn't matter, but I can't get over it. But then I think about how I did date older men in my past that acted young and dumb. So would it matter? LOL. I also heard men like to date older women, even though I'm still young in my late 20s. You know, I really think it's a personal thing. I really, really think it's a personal thing. I personally, at 29, going to be 30 in October, I would not date a man who's younger than 34, personally. But that's just where I'm at in my life, what I'm looking for. Like, I'm looking to settle down, and I feel like a guy who is younger may not be ready for that yet. I'm sure you guys have probably had these kinds of conversations, which is cool. I think 22 is young, in my opinion, because at 22, you think that you're ready for anything. So if you guys are having conversations about like marriage and kids, at 22, you're like, you're still in that mind frame. Like, I remember when I was not 22, but when I was younger, I thought that I was going to be married with children by 26. Newsflash, didn't fucking happen. But like when you're young, you have like these like big dreams, and you're like, oh my God, yes. But in reality, like, you haven't put in that work. You don't know what you actually fucking want. You don't even know yourself. Like, if you think about yourself at 22, did you really, really know yourself the way that you know yourself now? There's so much growth that takes place over that time, that should be taking place over that time. For me, I think I had like some of my biggest inner growth spurts probably around 21, 22, again at 25, again around 27, and now I'm about to be 30. Like, there's so many changes and growing pains and things that happen. Look at the past year. Like, so much happens in a year, let alone between him being 22 and you being 27, and like him getting through that 5-year stretch. That's it's time. But you know, it works for some people, but I feel like most of the younger guy, older woman relationships that I know of that work are later on in life. Like when, you know, the guy's 34 and the girl is 38 or something like that. Like, I feel like that's when it works the most. But then again, my cousin is married, and her husband is, I think, 4 years younger than her, 3 or 4 years younger than her, and she's 28, 27. Bitch, I don't know how old you are, but I love you. they have a little bit of an age gap, and it works. So, you know, and they met when I think she had just turned 22, 23. I don't know. Time is fucking relative. But I think it can work. I think it's just a personal preference. Because, like, I don't think she thought about it too much. Because they were both young when they met. Not to say that you're not young, but, like, there's a difference between being 27 and being 23 and meeting somebody who's 20. You know? Because at that age, you don't feel like there's any difference between you and somebody older or younger. Like, when you're 23, if you're dating, like, a 30-year-old guy, you're like, oh, yeah, like, I'm so mature, I can date this 30-year-old man. Even though I don't know how I feel about a 23-year-old dating a 30-year-old man. I don't know. But that's me. And, like, if you like it, I love it. If he's cool with you, if he is, like, you know, keeping your interest, I'm not saying cut it off at all, but I'm just saying be mindful of the fact that he's going to, and you are going to have these spurts of growth because you're 27, but, like, 30, let me tell you something about 30. She knocks on that motherfucking door and she busts her ass in very, very quickly. Very quickly. She doesn't give any warning. So in a few years, you're also going to be experiencing some growth, and you're going to start thinking about things a little bit differently, more than likely, as far as, like, what you want for your future, your career, your family, different things like that, a partner. So you also have to allow yourself that time to grow. But for him, he's got a lot of developmental moments that are going to be happening soon, and you just have to be prepared for that, and to let him live his life, because a 22-year-old boy should be a young, growing 22-year-old boy should be out experiencing 22-year-old boy things, keg stands and whatever the fuck they're into. I don't know anything about 22-year-old boys. If a 22-year-old boy were to approach me, I would tap him on the head and say, sweetie, do I need to call your mother? Does she know you're out past the streetlights being on? Like, you know? So it's not for me, but that doesn't mean that what's for me is not for everybody, and what's for everybody is not for me. So I think you should just enjoy and see where things go, but I would just not proceed with caution, but just be conscious. Yeah. That's what I'm going to go with. Be conscious of the fact that he's going to be going through some things. You're going to be going through some things. And that's just the way the cookie fucking crumbles, in it. Anyways, babes, thank you all so much for this entire year, for everything. I am so just, like, over the moon, beyond grateful. I cannot fucking believe the growth that we've had. I can't believe that I started this shit in the first place. I can't believe it. It's really, really crazy and exciting and amazing. And when I'm out and about and you guys come up to me and say, like, oh my God, I listened to the podcast. I love the podcast. I never miss the podcast. You don't know. Out of everything that I do, hearing that honestly means the most to me, because it was the thing that I did that I was not confident about. And the fact that you guys appreciate it and love it and tune in, I've said it a million times, but it just means so much. Like, it means so much, and just, like, confirms and affirms me and what it is that I'm doing. And every time you guys say it, it just warms my little heart, my cold little heart, and I appreciate it so much. Anyways, you guys know that you can always write us, tweet us, DM us, and let us know more of what it is that you want to see moving forward. You can always leave them 5-star reviews only. Because we love to see them, and let us know what it is that you guys want more of. And, you know, we're going to keep turning this bitch out. Okay. We're going to keep on twirling on Relationshit and beyond. So much more to come. But thank you guys for being here for this year-long journey. And yeah, have a little drinky drink or a little snacky snack for me tomorrow as a celebration. Celebratory matcha, maybe? Perhaps? Yeah, would appreciate. Love you guys. Bye. Hi, I'm Kamie Crawford, host of the Relationshit podcast. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more videos, click below to subscribe and like this video for more Dear Media content. So shut up and listen.